Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I'm working on my boho journal. I've done a lot of work on the cover, and to make the cover I did 3 layers. The first layer is batting. Now I'm not a quilter and I've never quilted before, but I just happen to have some batting from a different craft project. And then I decided to do a second layer of this light yellow material because all the material from the skirt was very, very thin. So I put the batting, and then I put this yellow material, and then I put the scraps I cut from the skirt on top. And this material was also very thin. That's why I did a double layer with the yellow and then this material. I used a glue stick to hold down these different patches, and then I took it over to the sewing machine and I sewed around the squares. And then I cut out one of the elephants from the skirt, and this was a skirt I thought looked very boho. So I'm using it in this boho journal, and it has elephants on it. There's an elephant in here. So I cut out one of the elephants and I put some batting behind them and I zigzagged them on with the machine. I also added a couple extra of these little shiny bits, and I just cut out a circle and added that on. And then I went a little crazy with the zigzag stitching. Now I've never used all these different embroidery stitches on my machine before, and you can see on the back how I did go a little crazy. There's like an X and a zigzag and like a little flower and some stars, and this is like a leaf. I'm showing you on the back because it shows up better. And this is a different zigzag, and on this one I did one zigzag around. I did the flowers in the middle. On this one I went zigzag around with 2 different color threads. And I did it in sort of like a crazy quilt pattern because I wound up making the different pieces of material 2 square, 2 rectangle, and I wanted it to look more like crazy quilt in different patterns. And then I made a couple of little snippets. Here's a button on some material, on some ribbon, on another piece of material with some batting behind it, and a button with some lace and some green material. And I put a button and a little ribbon on top of the elephant. So I might add a few more things to the cover, but I'm not sure yet. So I took the cardboard that I cut out in the last video, and I used this Happy Mail envelope. This is Tyvek, and I reinforced it so you have the spine in the middle and then the 2 covers, and I just covered the whole thing front and back with this Tyvek. And this is where I'll be sewing my signatures. So what I have to do right now is take the cover and get some Fabri-Tac and glue it onto the cardboard. So I'm going to be doing that. But I think it's quite festive and colorful. And then because I have an elephant, I thought I'd go look on Pinterest for some different pictures of elephants. And I found this one. And I was thinking, you know what? I drink this tea. This is yogi tea. And when you open up the box, carefully, every time I make something out of a box, it reminds me of Linda at Linda's Mixed Up Mess, because she's always making things out of packaging. All right, this has got to come off on this side. Anyway, on the inside of the box, look at the pattern. And it reminded me of the pattern on the elephant. So what I did was trace the elephant and cut him out. And now I'm going to take a black micron and go over the outlines and make them darker. And then I am going to do some coloring, and I have a whole pack of Ranger Distress markers, and I'm going to try them out. So hopefully I'll get a few of these elephants done to show you tomorrow, and I get my fun boho cover put on this cardboard. And then after this is complete, I have to do something on the inside cover. But this is how far I got today. Let me just show you my progress on my composition notebook. I glued together 3 pages, and I put some washi tape on the edge of each page. So now this is ready to do something, and I asked for suggestions, and somebody suggested mixed media, that this would be good for mixed media. But then I remembered last year I bought this Delusions journal, which is perfect for mixed media. It's got an envelope you can keep little bits and pieces in on the front. And I bought this last year, and I actually started it in January. And I did a face, and I usually don't do faces. I don't know whose face this is. And I put 2020, word for the year, clarity. Seeking clarity is seeking connection with the universe. To connect is to understand. To be clear is to be enlightened. Perfect vision in 2020. And I love the bokeh effect here with all the different circles. And then I gessoed a couple of pages, and then I didn't do any more. So I just might do some mixed media in this Delusions journal, and maybe just some daily journaling in this composition notebook. So I'm going to be testing out different markers in here, but maybe I'll do that tomorrow, because I want to get this glued down. And I want to color some elephants in. So happy journaling. Thanks for coming along. Bye-bye now.